Hey guys, it's Tesla Ariel here, and wow, it's been a while since I posted a road trip video in my channel. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I post cool Tesla content on a regular basis, so if that's your thing, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the link below and ring the notification bell. And for my returning viewers, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 things to consider before buying a Tesla in 2020. So you may be watching this video because you are considering buying a Tesla Model S, 3, X, or Y this year because of the recent price drop, and I couldn't blame you. They're great deals now compared to what we had to pay when we bought our Model S and X back in 2016 and 2017. Oh, Tesla Model S, black. We are on the road to Canmore, Alberta. It's been a while since we've done a road trip, since the lockdown. And this isn't a real long road trip, it's just 100 kilometers, but hey, it's good to get out of the house. Number 1, charging infrastructure. So that's the most important consideration when you are buying a Tesla or any electric vehicle. You need to consider your charging infrastructure. So there are 4 main places where you are going to charge your car. Number 1 should be your home. Number 2 could be your workplace. Number 3 would be on the road charging. And number 4 would be destination charging. Charging infrastructure is also commonly classified by speed of charging. A level 1 charger is the slowest type of charger. This is commonly referred to as a trickle charge. This would come from any plug that is the same as your normal electrical plug at home. Charging a battery pack from empty to full on a Tesla could take as long as 3 to 4 days on a level 1 charger. This is only recommended if you only need to replenish a small amount of battery charge, or if your maximum daily driving does not exceed 40 to 50 kilometers in a day. The only other time I would recommend a level 1 charger would be if you are not going to use your car over 3 to 4 days. A level 2 charger is what you would have commonly installed at your home or available at your workplace or at hotels. This could normally charge a Tesla battery fully within 6 to 10 hours depending on the amperage that is available. The power is sufficient to fully charge a battery overnight or during a workday shift, hence this is what is commonly recommended to be used as your primary method of charging. A level 3 charger, also known as DC fast charging, is the fastest type of charging. Most DC fast chargers are capable of charging half a battery in only a span of 20 to 30 minutes, making them ideal for road trips. Teslas have a proprietary supercharger network and also have an available CHAdeMO adapter, so you could plug in at a third-party DC fast charging network. Alright, we're now approaching Canmore, and what I was saying is that if you are going to buy a Tesla, you want to make sure that your primary method of charging would either be at home or your workplace. In our case, we have a 240 volt charger at home. If you don't have a home or a workplace charger, then your only choice would be to charge at the supercharger. Well, we are now approaching the Canmore supercharger, and let me explain why having to charge at the supercharger for your primary charging is not ideal. Let's go back inside the car. So now we are supercharging. As you can see, we're getting 88 kilowatts. That's the equivalent of 437 kilometers for 38 kilometers of rated range per hour. So, and you can see the time remaining, well, this is almost spot on, is 35 minutes. So if you are going to go to the supercharger and just sit here for 35 minutes. That's a waste of time. So that's why I would recommend you going for home charging, so that you can charge the car while you're sleeping or while you're just at home, or your workplace charging. So I would only recommend using the superchargers if you were on a longer trip. I wouldn't recommend the superchargers at all if they were just your primary method of charging. Also, since our car is old, you see, we have 111,945 kilometers. A lot of this is supercharging because we go on road trips. The peak supercharger speed went down from 145 kilowatts. So now we seldom see 100 kilowatts or higher. So although it isn't a big impact because you can only have the peak charging speed in the beginning of the charge session, and the charging speed will slow down all the way to the end, you still notice the wait time when you are charging. So that's why I would recommend a home or workplace charger as your primary charging infrastructure. The only other instance where I would recommend you use the supercharger as your primary method of charging is when you have no other alternative. A lot of superchargers are located, especially the urban ones, are located in shopping complexes. So if you can integrate some shopping time along with charging time, then it wouldn't be an inconvenience to actually go to the supercharger. Now, when we talk about destination charging and road trip charging, a big help will be to use the PlugShare app or PlugShare website to plan a trip. Unlike gas cars, where gas stations are pretty much everywhere, there are still some places, for example, where we are in Western Canada, specifically Alberta, there aren't a lot of superchargers. You can go to the States and then pretty much everywhere you're gonna go, you'll find a charger. So that's that for charging. So now let me talk to you about service and maintenance. The good thing with these Teslas is there isn't a regular service interval. So unlike gas cars where typically every 8,000 kilometers or 5,000 miles, you'll want to do an oil change. However, with the Tesla, the main parts that could go wrong are either the electronics, the tires wear out, and the suspension. These are the main things that can go wrong in a Tesla. And these are wear and tear parts. In terms of the service, you don't really need proximity to a service center. However, it's a vehicle, so things will wear out over time. Suspension parts will wear out, so you will need access to the service center. So you may want to check if a service center is available in your area. I live near Calgary, so the Calgary Service Center is close enough, but you may want to check if there is a Ranger service where a Tesla mobile technician will go to your place and do servicing of your vehicle at your home or workplace. The lack of a service center nearby could be a real concern to anyone who is considering buying any Tesla. Two people who I know, one is from Swift Current, and the other one is Internet Dude, who is a fellow YouTuber, and he is from Moose Jaw. He had to sadly give up his Tesla Model S, actually one of his Tesla Model S's, and trade it in for a Lexus due to his struggles with having his car serviced. Even if a car is in warranty, the transportation costs like shipping, it would have to be covered by the owner. It could be really inconvenient, even if there isn't any regular service interval. But, you know, things break, right? It's a car, and things break, wear out over time. You do have to consider if you need to get things done or replaced, like suspension, tires, or like any other wear and tear parts. And one thing with Teslas is that there is usually some warranty work that goes on. Early in every car's life, there is usually some warranty issues or warranty concerns. You have to be prepared for that. But the best part with having a Tesla, they've always given us a loaner car every time we've needed some service. So I know that some locations have stopped giving loaner cars. At least where we are, they have always given us a loaner car. The final and most important consideration when buying a Tesla right now is winter driving and winter driving range. So let me talk about winter driving first. The car performs outstanding in the winter. The traction is unrivaled, especially when you have winter tires due to the low center of gravity. You would love driving this car in the winter. There isn't any warm-up time. You know, you get in the car and then you're able to go. It's warm. The cabin is warm already. You can preheat the car using the app in advance. So that's awesome. You can even do it from inside your garage without worrying about carbon monoxide poisoning, which is awesome. However, the thing with winter driving in the Tesla is the range. You have to understand when you see the rated range of any Tesla that you are buying. So nowadays you have these longer range versions with 500 kilometers-ish of range. If you see 500 kilometers of range, expect that you'll only get 300 in the winter. All vehicles' energy consumption goes up in the winter, whether internal combustion or electric. For example, our old Grand Caravan used to get 10 liters per 100 kilometers in the summertime, but in the wintertime we go all the way up to 12.5 to 13 liters per 100k because of the idling and the additional warm-up time that you will need. However, in the Tesla, you would definitely notice the increased energy consumption of your car. This is largely because of the cabin heating. Unlike the internal combustion engine cars, there isn't much inefficiency of the engine where there is engine heat that can be used to heat the cabin. What the Teslas use, or any electric car, what they use is an electric heater. So think of it as a hairdryer. So we all know that hair dryers consume a lot of electricity. So just be mindful of that. If you drive a lot during the winter and you want to make sure you can take care of your whole day's driving with some buffer, make sure that even if you divide the rated range by 2. So for example, with our 90D, it has 400 kilometers of rated range. You have to make sure that the rated range of your car is at least twice your daily driving needs in the winter. That will give you more than enough buffer. But aside from that, the winter driving is good. The bigger challenge when driving your Tesla in the winter is your road trips. You have to make sure you have enough buffer when you're charging while traveling. Some superchargers are far apart. We may have a tendency to leave the charger earlier than we need. So you have to make sure you have a good buffer when you are traveling in the winter. I have plenty of winter road trips in my channel, so be sure to check those out. So that should conclude everything I need to share in this video. So the 3 main considerations are your charging. It's best you have a home charger, otherwise you'll have to rely on supercharging. Number 2, service and maintenance. Make sure you have a service center nearby, or you have access to a Tesla service center nearby. There's not a lot of third-party shops that work on Teslas. And the third consideration will be your winter driving needs. I hope you find these tips helpful. If there's anyone at all in your life who is considering buying a Tesla, please share them this video. Could be helpful. Again, it's Tesla Ariel. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Comment down below if you have any other things you'd like to consider, or if you have any suggestions for future videos, and subscribe for more and hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching. Bye!